Welcome to the fastest and most intense quiz you've ever seen on television. Every contestant tonight will have just 5 minutes to win up to $500,000, but they'll have to face 5 levels of trivia questions and brutal mental challenges, and they'll have to do it all without knowing how much time they've got until they lose everything. I really should have rehearsed. So let's watch as our contestants race the clock and go up against the time bomb. Hello everyone, welcome to the Time Bomb, the show where our contestants put their brains and their nerves to the ultimate test. 2 contestants tonight will be playing the game, and each of them will have the chance to win $500,000 in just 5 short minutes. But it's not going to be easy, because standing in their way is this diabolical contraption right here. This is the time bomb. It's loaded with enough trivia questions and brain benders to put anyone who challenges it under immense pressure. And just to make things that much tougher, our contestants won't be able to see how much time is left. They'll have to rely on their own sense of timing and know when to get out, because in this game, if you lose track of time, you could lose a fortune. So let's meet the first person tonight who will take on the time bomb, Mr. Chris Noon. So, Chris, tell us a little bit about yourself.
From Los Angeles, California. I'm a veteran game show contestant.
Okay.
I've been on a couple other shows like Pressure and can't remember anything else.
Now I understand from our friends over at Pressure that you took them for a good sum of money. Is that right?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Okay. You think you can probably do the same thing here?
I think
with
I
us?
can do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you ready to play?
Yes.
Well, let me explain the rules to you. They're dirt simple. You've got 5 minutes to win $500,000. That's it. The game is divided into 5 levels. Each level has a goal that you'll need to reach in order to advance to the next level. In level 1, you'll have to answer 3 questions correctly, and that goal will get more difficult as we progress. Be careful though, because if you give 3 wrong answers in any level, you'll be penalized with what we call a time killer challenge. You'll have to complete that in order to continue playing. Now, these are mental challenges designed specifically to waste your time, so you want to avoid them at all costs. Now, you won't be able to see the clock during the game. No one in our audience can see the clock. No one online watching this at home can see the clock. I don't even know how much time you've got. Don't bother asking. But if you feel you're running out of time, you can defuse the time bomb with this button right here in front of me. Now, you have to defuse the time bomb before it reaches 000 in order to win anything, or else you have nothing. Also, if you play too cautiously and you defuse with more than a minute on the clock, we're cutting your bank in half. So be careful, understand?
Got it.
All right, so here are the categories that you'll have to choose from in your game. They are inventions, the 90s, organizations, U.S. presidents, fairy tales, the year in sports. Now again, your levels will get progressively harder as the game goes on. We'll play 5 levels, you have 6 categories, so factor that into your play as well.
Okay.
So select a category, you will have to answer 3 questions.
Sports then.
Sports, the year in sports. Now, so 2013, this year in sports, okay?
Okay.
Answer 3 questions correctly. Each one is valued at $1,000 apiece. Answer all of them correctly, you'll bank $3,000, so clear level 1. Are you right?
Okay.
5 minutes on the clock. Are you ready, sir?
Yeah.
Start the time bomb. Englishman Chris Froome won what 3-long week event in July of 2013?
Tour de France.
Correct. Which league won 2013 Major League Baseball All-Star Game?
Giants.
Nope. The second half of Super Bowl 47 was subjected to a 34-minute delay on account of what?
Pass.
Blackout. What owner of the Los Angeles Lakers passed away in February 2013?
Jackson.
Stop the time bomb temporarily. It was Dr. Jerry Buss. So you've answered 3 questions incorrectly. You are now in a time killer penalty. For now, the clock has stopped.
Okay.
The name of your time killer challenge is Total Recall. You'll see 2 lists of numbers on the screen, one on the left and one on the right, with a number visible from each list, one at a time, going down the screen. Then you will see 2 arrows pointing to one spot on a vacant list. What you have to do is add up the 2 numbers that were there.
Okay.
If you're right, you'll clear the penalty. If not, you'll see the same 2 lists again, but the arrows may change positions. Okay? So, with that in mind, and also keep in mind that that is the only time I'm going to explain the rules to this time killer. If you do get into a 3 wrong penalty, we're going to just jump right in it, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Ready?
Okay.
Start the time bomb.
16.
Correct. In February, Danica Patrick became the first woman ever to win the pole at what NASCAR race?
The Daytona 500.
Correct. What CONCACAF sanctioned tournament did the U.S. men's national soccer team win in July 2013?
Pass.
Cup. What former coach of the Giants, Patriots, Jets, and Cowboys was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame this past August?
Pass.
Bill Parcells. How many games are necessary for the Chicago Blackhawks to defeat the Bruins to win the 2013 Stanley Cup Final?
4.
6 into the time killer.
7.
Phil Mickelson won the 2013 U.S. Open, which took place at the Marion Golf Club in what state?
Georgia.
No. After the recent NBA season, the former New Orleans Hornets changed their name into what to honor the Louisiana State Borough?
Pelicans.
Correct. Stop the time bomb. You know, I can kind of see why you took sports first.
Yeah.
Get it out of the way.
Exactly, yeah.
So you've managed to clear level 1. You have $3,000 in your bank. Right now the clock is stopped.
Right.
We're not eating up time, but if you won, it's right here. You can diffuse it. You might walk away with $3,000. Might walk away with $1,500. No. But if you'd like to progress into level 2, we'll give you a little bit of help.
Okay.
We'll give you what's called a clock watcher. What that will do, you'll be able to see the clock for 1 second.
1 second.
That's it. Once during the game. You'll have it as long as you want it until you call clock watcher. Clock will show up. Clock watcher will vanish. All right?
Got it.
So, moving into level 2, each correct answer will be worth $3,000. You'll need 4 correct answers to clear the level. Do that, you'll have a bank of 15 grand. Okay?
Okay.
Let's see the categories remaining for level 2. Inventions, the 90s, organizations, U.S. presidents, and fairy tales. Remember, 4 correct clears level 2.
Let's take the 90s.
1990s. Are you ready, sir?
Yeah.
Start the time bomb. What gymnast, one-footed vault, helped the U.S. Olympic team win the gold medal in the 1996 Summer Olympics?
Strug.
Correct. What media magnate donated $1 billion of his own fortune to the United Nations in 1998?
Ted Turner.
Correct. What 1992 film stars Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes as basketball players who hustled the playgrounds of Los Angeles?
Pass.
They can't jump. Which member of the original Star Trek cast passed away on June 11, 1999?
Roddenberry.
No. Who did Bill Clinton appoint as Secretary of State in January of 1997, becoming the first female to hold the position?
All right.
Correct. Whose walk-off home run in Game 6 of the 1993 World Series gave the Toronto Blue Jays their 2nd straight championship?
Pass. 17.
What band that originated in South Carolina won the 1996 Grammy for Best New Artist after their debut album sold over 16 million copies?
1 week.
What professor and prolific science fiction author died in April of 1992?
Clark.
No. What was the 4-letter name of the missiles used by Iraq during the 1991 Gulf War?
Scud.
Correct. Stop the time bomb. On the Toronto Blue Jays question, the answer was Joe Carter.
Okay.
But you're on level 2. You got $15,000. You've managed to hold on to your clock watcher. Clock is stopped. Again, it's right here. Shiny, candy-like button.
You can push it during a level, right?
You can push it during a level.
Okay.
You can push it at any time, so long as you're not in a time killer.
Okay.
If you're in a time killer, this thing is offline.
Okay.
But you have $15,000. We're going into level 3 now. You're going to need 5 correct answers. Each one is going to be worth $5,000. Clear level 3, you will have banked $40,000. But again,
Okay.
5 correct answers needed to clear that level. Let's see the categories remaining for level 3. Inventions, organizations, U.S. presidents, and fairy tales.
Organizations, then.
Organizations. 5 correct answers clears level 3. You still have your clock watcher, $15,000 in the bank. Just kind of estimating, how much time do you think you have left?
I think a little under 3 minutes.
A little under 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready, sir?
Yeah.
Start the time bomb. What environmental activist group was originally known as the Don't Make a Wave Committee?
Greenpeace.
Correct. What Civil War nurse founded the American Red Cross in 1881?
Barton.
Correct. Pamela Anderson, Alec Baldwin, and Drew Barrymore have all appeared in print ads for what controversial animal rights group?
PETA.
Correct. Play 60 is a campaign that encourages children to play outside an hour a day, promoted by what sports league?
NBA.
From 1996 until 2010, Muscular Dystrophy Association's annual Labor Day Telethon was hosted by what comedian?
Jerry Lewis.
Correct. What entertainment company was forced to change its acronym to WWE after a legal dispute with the World Wildlife Fund?
The WWF.
More specific.
World Wrestling Federation.
Stop the time bomb! 3 levels clear and $40,000 in your bank. Starting to feel a little stressed out?
Yeah.
Sweating a little bit?
Yeah.
Browsing a little bit? Okay. So, you've cleared 3 levels, you have your clock watcher. I'm going to give you a little bit more help. This one's called a fast forward. If you jump into another time killer penalty and you have it active, you call fast forward, you go back into answering questions.
Okay.
There's a catch. That's still offline for 10 seconds.
For 10 seconds.
Yeah, if you go back and answering questions from the fast forward, you cannot diffuse. There will actually be a stop sign icon visible, meaning no diffusing.
Okay.
Level 4, you need to answer 6 correct questions. Each one is worth $10,000, which means if you manage to clear level 4, you will have $100,000 in your bank. Let us take a look at the categories remaining going into level 4. Inventions, U.S. presidents, fairy tales. You still have your clock watcher, you have a fast forward.
Do inventions.
Inventions. $40,000 in your bank, clock watcher, fast forward. 6 correct to clear the level. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm sweating over here. Start the time bomb. World War I saw the first use of German U-boats, which are now commonly known by what name?
Submarine.
Correct. When Johannes Gutenberg invented movable type, he did so mainly to perform mass printings of what book?
Bible.
Correct. The radar range was the first commercial version of what kitchen appliance now seen in every home in college oven? Correct. Which electronic company pioneered the compact disc in the 1980s?
Sony.
Correct. Alexander Fleming revolutionized medicine in 1928 by the creation of what antibiotic? Correct. Carl Braun is known for inventing what essential component of an electronic television set?
Cathode tube.
Correct. Stop the $100,000 in your bank. Both of your helps still on the table. Level 5 awaits. 7 correct answers needed to clear it. If you clear it, you win the game. Your first 6 answers correct are going to be worth $25,000 each, which it'll take your bank to $250,000. If you get that 7th correct answer cleared before the clock hits 000, we'll double it and make it $500,000.
Yeah.
Again, you need 7 correct. The time killers have gotten harder. You have your fast forward, you have a clock watcher. Are you ready, sir?
Yes.
Let's see the categories remaining for the final level. U.S. presidents and fairy tales.
Presidents.
U.S. presidents.
You got me, brother.
Now, you've been staying away from this category the entire game. You wanted to save this for level 5?
Not really, but I think I miscalculated with the inventions one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do have, again, first 6 are worth $25,000 each. If you want to defuse, try to make some money. You clearly still have time on the clock because the time bomb has not turned red yet.
Okay.
This is for all the marbles. Level 5 begins when I say, start the time bomb. Prior to Barack Obama. Clock watcher. 112. Prior to Barack Obama, who was the last president to be elected while serving on the U.S. Senate?
JFK.
Correct. Both John Adams and Thomas Jefferson died 1 year apart on what historic day?
July 4th.
Correct. When Ronald Reagan was reelected in 1984, what was the only state he did not win?
Wisconsin.
No. After serving as president, William Howard Taft continued to work in the government for what body?
Supreme Court.
Correct. Which amendment of the Constitution limits a president to two full terms or no more than 10 years in office?
The 23rd.
No. Barack Obama is the first president to be born in which state?
Hawaii.
Correct. Who was the only president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms, serving as 22nd and 24th president?
Grover Cleveland.
Correct. Which of the 4 presidents whose faces are present on Mount Rushmore was the last to serve?
Theodore Roosevelt.
Correct. What newspaper incorrectly printed the headline Dewey defeats Truman in 1948 when Truman had actually won re-election?
Chicago Tribune.
Both your help's still on the table. Oh, use the clock watcher. Your fast forward is still on the table. I thought 112 came up. I honestly thought you were done. So I was trying to read it as fast as I could. In the audience, how much time did he have left?
12 seconds.
Under 30. Under 30?
Seconds. 20.
How much time do you think you had left?
20 seconds. 15 seconds.
Show the clock. 23.1 seconds. $500,000 for Chris Wood. Thank you for playing.